Is just trying to survive an expression or an ideal way of life? Is focusing on one or two elements enough to take our performances to new levels and bring balance and harmony in our lives? Maintain your focus because we are about to find out. Hey guys, I'm Gabe Cuello, and this is a 6-part video series explaining my philosophy behind this channel and how you can benefit from it. In this video, we will discuss what the forging means, why it is vital towards our performances and quality of life, and what the potential consequences might be if we choose to neglect them. Forging the elements is like building a high-performing physique, achieved by mixing the various training elements and principles of specificity, stress, and recovery. Our direction here in this channel is quite similar. The term forging in its essence means to bond pieces and objects together through deliberate effort and sometimes force, which then makes them become one. The practical definition that I will use that best aligns with my philosophy is to integrate and develop. This integration and development allows us to take our performances to new and improved levels, while enabling us to have a deeper and efficient connection with ourselves, and thus allowing us to have a harmonious and balanced life. The short answer for why this is possible is because we're using 3 elements to help us become our best selves versus none at all or just a couple of them. However, it's not that simple. While forging the elements might seem pretty obvious, or at least we think we do it already, some of the challenges may come from a lack of awareness of what our strengths and areas of opportunity are for each element and how it can be developed. Or, regardless of awareness, we're comfortable sticking with using 1 or 2 elements. To some, this might seem like it's enough. It's the if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality. However, this will become a limiting factor to how much of our potential can be achieved. If we don't integrate and develop the elements as one, sooner or later, we may experience some negative consequences. If we view this under a scope, some of these negative consequences could include feeling stiff, achy, a lack of energy and drive, poor cognitive function and ability to regulate emotions, chronically stressed, anxious, or depressed. These consequences are likely from relying on untrained instincts, living day to day, doing what you can to survive, or having 1 or 2 of the elements overcompensating for what's missing. The key observation here is that these consequences, if viewed broadly, are interrelated and overlap one another. This is because the elements are also interrelated and interdependent and require nourishment and balance to work in harmony. Here's some examples of what I mean. This is a representation of someone who is living in survival mode. They live day to day, merely existing, lack the skill sets to thrive in challenging or stressful situations, rely solely on what they were brought up to know, cling onto their instilled belief systems, and survive off of their untrained instincts. This may be from not knowing any better, not knowing what their strengths and areas of opportunity are and how to improve on them, or they just lack the interest or resources to develop the elements. Now, can this person still thrive under these circumstances? Absolutely. It's how my journey started off. However, was it ideal? Fuck no. Initially, much of my time and energy was wasted on being angry with myself, blaming everyone else for my setbacks, living from paycheck to paycheck, losing jobs, gaining new jobs, feeling frustrated, and having absolutely no control over my life. It was like I was just grinding just to get to the next step. As you can imagine, performances sucked, life sucked. I was so lucky to have learned this sooner rather than later. But should we be relying on luck? This next image is a representation of someone who focuses and relies only on 1 or 2 of the 3 elements. They're either unaware or ignore all other possibilities and believe that what they have is enough. A person who falls under this example will seem to be doing well for a period of time, but eventually reaches a point where their performances crawl while impacting life in a counterproductive manner. Most of the time, this is by choice. However, there's still a chance for this person to not fully understand why or how to integrate and develop the elements. I was this guy for a while and can say that it got me pretty far. I mean, fitness is where it all began for me and opened up so many other doors. But then came a point where focusing on building the elements of the body alone while neglecting the elements of the mind and the spirit started to yield diminishing results. This meant a lack of social skills and emotional regulation, poor academic ability, and on a deeper level, feeling lost and low in life. Remember, the elements are interdependent and interrelated, meaning my overcompensation of one of the elements and the lack of development of the other two started to form negative consequences, which resulted in impacting negatively my performances and quality of life. Finally, this is a representation of someone who deliberately focuses on forging the three elements. By choice, this is a person who seeks to improve and grow and is capable of handling greater demands and its great rewards, thus resulting in the balance of interdependence and interrelatedness amongst the elements. This is our goal. Attaining these balanced and well-developed elements can help us fend off the potential negative consequences mentioned earlier. As you know, I didn't start here. Over the recent years, practicing this concept has significantly improved my performances and quality of life, as well as the people I was privileged to work with. I am confident that you too can benefit from this. In summary, the forging brings the three elements together and develops them equally as one, taking our performances to new levels and allowing us the ability to have a harmonious and balanced life. But like all skills and new knowledge gained, at some point, we must put them to the test. That's where the Tao of Iron comes in. In our next and last video of this series, we will discuss more about what the Tao of Iron means and why it is a philosophy I strive to live by and use to help others discover their potential and nourish the balance of the elements. That concludes my video. Thanks so much for taking the time and watching it through its entirety. If you like this video or this channel's direction, subscribe. If you know someone who can benefit from this video or this channel, share it, because you never know whose life you might inspire to become the change.